Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I'm currently trying to find this really important Sokolov person and leave, so the idea is to find him pretty quickly.
Oh, and I did need to clarify something really important that I said last time that I was mistaken on. I mentioned if I was alive during the game's events that I would have been able to make a deal that would have satisfied everyone. Turns out I actually was alive during the game's events, so I just didn't realize that, and the editor didn't notice that before uploading. Thanks to the person who commented that so that error could be corrected.
If anything, it does show we read at least most of the comments and acknowledge them when we can do so, especially if there's an error. We received a few notes from our editor that we will be reading off throughout the video relating to discussion topics and game events.
Whoa, I just looked at the length of this video. What's making it take that long?
That's actually one of the things that we're told about, so I'll read off a couple on the list. Have Donald talk about that error about him being alive. Yeah, we got that already. Next is, there's a lot going on after Snake wakes up, so ask the comment question during that time. All right, so I suppose Snake will be sleeping soon. There's a lot to go through with the virtuous mission, so it couldn't really be split up too easily without interrupting a cutscene.
Oh, and the audience can't see this, but there's this sticky note on the television set that says, don't complain about the length of cutscenes since that really bothered some people last time. Then there's another one that says, don't remove the sticky note that mentions the cutscenes. Also, there's a third sticky note that says not to remove the sticky note that says not to remove the first sticky note. I imagine our editor just ran out since he probably would have put in a few more.
Well, we certainly got the message. Barack, is everything going okay for you there?
Yeah, there's not really anything going on here, so I'm fine with just exploring to see if there's any weapons I can find, or at least learning the layout in case there are guards coming around here, or at least more than have already shown up.
That is a good way to look at it. I had to do that when being in Shadow Moses Island, since I knew I had to return to some places a few times. Not sure if you'll have to return to that many areas, since there hasn't been much that's looked like it would need to be traveled through more than once.
Probably not the jungle locations where there's not much for actual built structures, but if there's any more larger buildings that have a lot of people in or around it, then it would make more sense to go there more than once, or at least stay there for a while.
I'm glad you haven't gotten caught yet. I kind of expected you to get an alert at least once by now.
No, Donald, I'm not like you, who makes it his personal mission to get seen at least 5 times per screen, to the point where he knows the guards by name because they meet up so often.
All right, guys, no need to argue on who is worse, since Barack is only on the second part of his adventure, so it's not easy to compare yet. Once we're a few more sessions into the game, we can judge a little better.
Yeah, I plan on showing everyone that I'm going to be doing way better than Donald did, and maybe even better than you, Joe. We'll have to see how I do, but I have confidence that I won't get that many alerts. Also, I think I hit this duck as well, so I'd imagine that's a collectible in some way.
Yeah, though I doubt you're going to get all of them, especially on your first playthrough.
Yeah, I think I can deal with that just fine. Also, I think we found Sokolov.
I wonder what he's throwing away. Probably nothing important in the slightest.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah.
I must say the graphics are quite good, and it's hard to tell that it was originally a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah, this is definitely the best looking game we've done for the channel, so it stands out from some of the more pixelated Mega Man and Final Fantasy entries.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
I was thinking to myself that there were a lot less guards than there should be protecting someone that important. Not sure why there wasn't a guard in his room to be sure he didn't burn those papers.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West.
I think someone mentioned last time how low quality these videos were by comparison to the normal scenes, so yeah, I imagine this has some sort of purpose, maybe to show scenes that were much further back in the past, but it is a little jarring.
Agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away.
I wonder if President Kennedy will ever meet up with us for a recording session sometime soon. I think that would be cool to have him join, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Considering he isn't alive anymore, that's going to be rather difficult. Unless he comes through as part of a Kingdom Hearts session, but I don't know about that one. Maybe in a little while we'll see him, but not here.
He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him.
I'm just going to say it now, this guy is definitely the main antagonist for the game. He has the look of one, even if the look itself isn't that great quality of an image.
You're probably right, but I'm reserving my judgment until we see him in person, which is probably going to be pretty soon.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside.
I mean, there weren't that many people outside, maybe 3 or 4, that I noticed it took about 2 minutes to get in, and half of that was just looking around for other items.
Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
If Donald is right that this Thunderbolt nickname guy is the main antagonist, then yes, that would be a good thing to get him out before he or really anybody else shows up.
Your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
He's right, America was frightening, but thankfully we have best president and human being Donald Trump, who also is a billionaire, probably best-selling author, and FBI informant to save America, and also sell a few $60 Bibles signed by me on the side.
I can't imagine how any of that could possibly go wrong.
Me neither, glad we're in agreement on that.
I don't think Barack was being genuine there.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
No one spotted me.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
Not sure what the boss being gone is really going to change. I'm sure Snake can handle the mission just fine without her. Maybe he's just happy he got to speak with her again.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm absolutely enthralled by all this time being spent on going outside and turning around a corner. It's so exhilarating.
Is Sokolov trying to do a Hadouken from Street Fighter? Actually, probably not, since that's a Capcom franchise.
Oh wait, is there another person here? It's getting too exciting all at once for me to handle this action.
Freeze!
Hey Sokolov, if you want to try out that Hadouken move again, now would be a good time. It's a counterclockwise quarter circle starting at 6 o'clock, then the punch button if you're having trouble.
We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz.
Wait a minute, Ocelot, as in Revolver Ocelot? Is that what that's supposed to mean?
Based on how he's handling the gun spinning, I'd say yes, that's probably him, even if it didn't actually look like a revolver.
He's the Ocelot commander.
This might just be me, but he kind of looks like that gray Chad image that I see online sometimes. Maybe it's just something in the chin.
Kind of weird, but yeah, I can actually see what you mean.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
An Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Oh, I thought most of them were on the same side, but I don't think that anymore.
Oh, really wonder what gave it away.
So if he's not on the side of the people he is killing, then does that mean he is on our side?
Not exactly, but the fact he's not killing Sokolov or Snake is a little reassuring.
Sometimes I feel that way after I'm playing a really hard game of Sudoku.
So a game of Sudoku makes you feel the equivalent to being shot in the head.
That is correct, yes.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Okay, Major Ocelot, I know you didn't kill them for a reason, so maybe if you let them go, that will make the mission way easier for me. Can you do that?
It's a game, Barack. I don't think Major Gigachad can hear you.
Are you?
Is that just something he does normally? Not sure how that has literally any purpose whatsoever.
Crew operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun.
If this is something Snake learned from the boss, then he must be ready to give them a lesson in CQC they'll never forget.
Then die.
That's me when I learned the Baskin-Robbins nearby was closing and I had to go somewhere else for my chocolate chip ice cream.
Even though Snake is doing well in this specific fight, he's already blown the fact that he wasn't supposed to have been seen, so I don't know how that's going to be acknowledged.
Based on the length of this video, we're going to have a lot of time to figure that out.
So is Major Gigachad the bad guy still?
Probably, but what's with you calling him that? Is that supposed to be your attempt at coming up with a new running joke for the playthrough?
Yeah, is it working so far?
Not in the slightest.
I'd prefer to listen to your stories over that idea of a running joke.
Your liquid and solid Snake thing was way better by comparison, even though that made no sense still.
It's going to be a no from me, dog.
That really didn't come across the way I thought it would.
See what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
So this is officially where Major Gigachad becomes Revolver Gigachad.
Joe, we already went over that dumb name thing not even a minute ago.
I acknowledge that you all didn't like it. I didn't say I was going to stop doing it.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Ocelot is putting a strange amount of attention into Snake's mannerisms here. If he starts using revolvers just because of this, then I think that would be pretty sus.
All right, Jordan, it's weird when Joe says those things. It's just as weird when you say them too.
All right, fine. I'll maybe not use the lingo of the modern day.
If it helps, I think it's weird when any of us say those things, not just you.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgin.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov.
All right, Barack, with more than one antagonist to keep track of between the Colonel and Ocelot's group, it will be pretty hard to stay hidden and not come into conflict with either of them.
Yeah, I think it will be a tall order to keep track of all the possible ways Snake can get caught, but I'm willing to take on that challenge.
Like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
I did actually have an idea about something before we go on. It shouldn't take me too long.
While you explore or whatever it is you're doing, I did need to bring up something I find rather puzzling, and I know this is something we've brought up before, but I can't think of a reasonable explanation in the game's world. How is it that all action in the game stops when Snake is using the codec or radio? I understand it would be less convenient if Snake got caught and was interrupted from the conversation, but the alternative is that the entirety of all time stops outside of the call, which isn't more reasonable. Okay, wait, I'm sorry to get distracted, but Barack, what are you doing?
I'm just experimenting with an idea I had.
Snake, what have you done? You changed the future. You've created a time paradox.
I assumed you would be getting a game over soon enough, but this wasn't exactly the way I thought it would happen.
So my thought process was if I were to kill Revolver Ocelot before he actually gets a chance to participate in the later game's events, then that will change the future. But it seems the game designers thought about that and acknowledged the series couldn't continue normally with him dead.
That is pretty cool to have a special screen for him getting a game over without Snake actually getting killed himself. Should we count this against Barack, or should we exclude it since it's under pretty unique circumstances?
No, I don't think we should count this one.
I'll let this one slide, but if I see any more screens like this, I'm putting it on the game over counter.
All right, sounds good. Wait, you have a counter ready to go for me?
Yeah, I've got one for alerts too, just to show you how few you'll have by the end of the game.
All right, Barack, I trust you'll get out of here fine enough, so I'll just talk about what I was thinking earlier. So I'm not really sure how him talking to the radio doesn't cause people to catch him during the conversations. It's not like these calls are really short or anything, so Snake just routinely has to sit for 10 or so minutes and just hope nobody sees or hears him. I don't expect any explanation, it's just weird how that happens.
Yeah, I have no idea how that is supposed to happen, so I think we just need to accept that for gameplay he needs to not be interrupted.
You okay? Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
Our editor left another note for me to read at this point. He says, oops, I forgot Snake doesn't sleep this part. Like I mentioned earlier, ignore that. Ask the comment question when he needs to be healed. Well, that makes no sense. If he realized he made a mistake, why even keep it here and not just cross it out?
A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
That looks way too much like a Metal Gear. I don't like the idea of it needing to be destroyed by the end of the game.
Considering I'm the one playing, I like the idea even less.
We complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
We've been through a few world wars as a country already. We can handle another. I've even got the Department of War ready to go just in case one of those things come our way for real.
To see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
What was that transition even for? They literally didn't do anything in between shots. They're in the same place as before. This game is weird sometimes.
Only sometimes?
If he's actually having trouble navigating a bridge, I'm struggling to see how he makes it out of the game alive.
As long as he can still walk okay, I'm sure he will be all right. I mean, really, what could happen to him that could cause him to not walk?
Maybe that radio call asking where she was had some relevance after all? No clue what she's doing here if this is Snake's mission.
Or what she's dropping for that matter.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
This is a very odd time for a bunch of bees to get together like this. Unless bridges naturally attract bees, and I just never knew that.
Hornets.
All right, there's like a dozen things wrong with this. I don't even know where to start. Where did the bees come from? How is someone controlling them? How did this upside-down guy get to Sokolov? How are they going up? Is Snake going to find another one of those hidden duck things? So many things all at once to consider.
I'm thinking this might be the game's group like Foxhound and Dead Cell if they all have unique abilities.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
That's the face Joe makes whenever he sees a new popsicle flavor.
I can't even deny it. I do like popsicles a lot.
It's raining blood.
Oh great, another addition to the many questions this scene raises.
Kuwabara.
Okay, Donald, you were right. This guy's definitely the main antagonist. I have no doubts now.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Volgin.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
I wonder if the weight of everyone here is eventually going to cause the bridge to fall apart. Maybe not that ghost guy, but everyone else would add to it.
Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples?
So with the revelation that the boss is defecting and Sokolov was taken by a guy riding bees into a helicopter, also occupied by someone who might be as old as Joe, along with a ghost causing rain, I don't see how this could be getting any weirder for Snake.
He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
Come on, Snake, you were doing way better with a lot more guys just a few minutes ago. You can do this. Or you could just fail again too, whatever works for you.
I'm not sure he's the right guy for the mission at this rate. They should have just had the boss go and not defect, and we'd be done with the game by now.
We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
I sincerely hope that Snake is actually immune to damage from electricity, and he just never told anyone before. Otherwise, I don't know how he's getting out of this.
Probably not.
Jack, you can't come with us.
Maybe she will help him in some way after all.
I'm actually feeling pretty bad for him. He just cannot catch a break with her.
This actually happened to me after a date gone wrong. And yes, it did also involve a ghost and a lot of bees.
Hey Donald, is this what Raiden felt every time you fell off after that Harrier fight? It must have been 5 or 6 times in a row.
I remember it probably was a very similar feeling.
Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's research facility.
On one hand, this mission has been a failure, with Snake being seen, his arm being dislocated, getting pushed off a bridge into the water, and Sokolov being captured, but I didn't cause any of that myself, so there is an upside. This worked out perfectly except the part that didn't, which was most of it.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
He better still be alive, or this is going to be a very short game. Unless it turns out Raiden is the protagonist of this one after the second part like before.
Good to see he's at least kind of alive after all of that.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah, just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move?
So I have a question rather similar to Ben's in concept earlier, but it's a little different. How is it that Major Zero or Major Tom, or whatever he prefers, can actually tell that Snake was hurt? I don't know how he would be able to see any of what just happened unless Snake's radio is always on and sending audio so he can be heard even if not directly talking to him. I can't really tell how he is supposed to know what's happened over the past few minutes.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that before. It would be good to know how that works.
First, open the Survival Viewer with the Survival Viewer button. If you select Cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into 2 types of treatment: medicine and surgical procedures. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen.
All right, Barack, I hope you got your PhD ready, since it looks like you're performing surgery on Snake.
Wait, what happened to just using a ration? Is that not an option anymore? Now I have to manually fix his injuries?
Once you've selected the affected area, use the movement stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound.
It looks like you're just following the prompts, and it's not going to be that difficult to select what is needed to heal him.
Yeah, I think I'll just need to try it out for myself and see if it's actually that complicated or just a minor inconvenience in the game.
All right, while you try to make Snake less dead, I'll read the note from the editor about the comment question. He wanted to ask what the audience would like out of the next Metal Gear Solid Master Collection to be.
We're not going to have any input ourselves since we don't know the other games enough to actually know what would and wouldn't be good choices.
He did also mention his picks would be Metal Gear Solid, 4 Guns of the Patriots, Peace Walker, and 5 The Definitive Experience as the main selling point. Along with that would be the Game Boy Color game Metal Gear Ghost Babel and the PlayStation Portable games as bonuses.
I assume those are decent picks that people would be excited about. Also, I hope there's nothing wrong with doing the healing out of order, as I don't think I'm supposed to put a bandage on before sealing the wound and disinfecting it, which I didn't think about until I already did it.
It doesn't look like anything bad happened since the game just moved on to the next injury without any issue.
That does make me feel better in case there's another injury, not that it will happen that often since I probably won't take all that much damage in my playthrough.
Maybe I could add a counter for how many injuries you need to heal, but it may go into the hundreds, so I'll just keep it to alerts and game overs.
I am not going to get hundreds of injuries, Donald. I'll be just fine.
If you say so, but I'll be sure to mention if Snake looks like he's in a full body cast due to all of the injuries he gets from your gameplay.
Hey, it looks like you're doing okay with the healing so far.
Yeah, those instructions were really good at letting me know what to do. Even if Snake gets a few cuts and bruises in the journey, I'll get to healing him pretty easily.
That sounds like he was in a lot of pain.
Well, yeah, it's not like this is a really comforting experience for him.
I really hope there's not a lot of these scenes whenever Snake needs to heal during battle. It would certainly give the enemies a lot of time to attack again if he needs to bandage himself up.
I think it's nice that there is at least one quiet scene like this where he's just recovering, but yeah, this would not be convenient to have it happen during a fight against a guard.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
I like how he was told to stay there, as if his first instinct was to just start running full speed if he wasn't told to remain there.
I would have liked to see that just for the mental image that description gives me.
Shagohod.
Those helicopters must be really good if they can lift something like the Shagohod. Hey Snake, maybe if you recover quickly you can just start running and find out where it's headed.
Unless Snake secretly has the ability to stretch himself like Mr. Fantastic, I don't think he's going to reach the boss. Not that he really should, since she punched him off a bridge.
I don't think we're supposed to be taking it as they're literally trying to reach each other in that exact moment.
Perhaps, but I'm also curious on how they can even see each other from that distance. Seems like they shouldn't be able to see quite that far away unless their vision is a lot better than other people.
I do wonder if this version's group of antagonists are going to have a lot of development. Most of the Foxhound group got it right before and during their battles with some exceptions, but generally kept it confined to their fight. Dead Cell had more development with their members outside of battle, but I don't know if we'll learn a lot about B-Man or that old guy with the weird eyes.
I would like to know how they can even do that or how one obtains those abilities. I could probably find some use for summoning bees whenever I'd like.
I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
All right, guys, I'll admit she looks pretty, but I'm still trying to hold myself back from being all weird and showing her my Joe Riz.
I'm glad you're showing some restraint, Joe. I know you enjoy trying to riz up every woman or girl in these games, so the fact you've made it this far is great progress.
I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear.
I really wish I were him right now getting that lady's lipstick. I mean, not for any weird reason. I just like knowing about lipstick. That's one of my main characteristics I'm known for.
Yeah, that is a very believable reason why you would be interested like that.
She has spunk.
shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should.
For reasons entirely unrelated to Joe's interest in that woman, I think we should go to the base they're headed for so we can eliminate the threat of the Shagohod and maybe take down a few members that took Sokolov.
That is a good idea, but I think we should be more focused on that missile-like item he's holding there.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Snake, I know we were joking about the idea of you running away earlier, but if you wanted to try that, it would be a good time.
This was just like what happened to the bathroom at Taco Bell after my unpleasant experience after eating the food.
Okay, Joe, we get it. You had a bad time at Taco Bell. We do not need to hear more about it.
I do need to interrupt this discussion of Joe's Taco Bell trip to mention our editor had another note for after the explosion happens. It says, make sure to stay quiet for the next part since people won't want you to talk over it. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
With darkness and silence through the night, what a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. Someday you'll feed on a tree frog. This ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new life, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time,
Okay, I can definitely see why he didn't want us to talk over that. Not that there's been too many to compare with, but that was easily the best introduction song to one of these games we've played before.
The vocal talent was amazing, and I don't know if that can be topped in the series at all, but probably not considering how good that was.
The visuals there were great at showing moments we've already seen before, but also new ones without spoiling events since it didn't really give away any context.
I mean, the game came out with the story being the same years ago, but I see what you mean since we're new to this and don't know what happens.
No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment. Snake. Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism.
If this is only taking place a week later, then he must have not been able to heal that much since he got some pretty bad injuries. I mean, sure, I got him through in that cure menu, but still, he can't just walk it off.
Maybe he just used a ration and got himself to full health.
Patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world.
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
I wonder how a lot of people in the game world know about the events of the boss's defection. Like, did Major Zero get on a 20-minute radio call with everyone he knew to let them know about it?
It was probably closer to 30 minutes, but you are probably right.
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban.
Just a reminder for the kids watching this that smoking is bad and you shouldn't do it. There's a lot of damage to your lungs that will happen, so it's best to stay from it and not get a habit.
That is a good message, Joe, but I doubt that children are the main demographic for our videos. It's not like Blue's Clues or SpongeBob exactly.
Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion.
I'm pretty sure we saw that same explosion a few minutes ago. It's not like we're that forgetful of what just happened. The obvious joke would be to say Joe would forget about it, but I don't think even he wouldn't remember something that was in the game just a bit ago.
I'm not sure if that was a compliment. Thanks, I think.
In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident.
Hey, this isn't all that related to this, but did you all see this video theory about Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty being a simulation? It's been a while, but I thought it was kind of cool.
I have not, but if anyone else has seen it, they can definitely chime in here.
Well, it made some references to the VR missions game that we didn't play, so I didn't really understand that as much, but it had some cool ideas and made sense based on the evidence shown in the video. Just thought I'd mention it since I liked it when I watched it a few months ago.
I haven't, but I might check it out later after my presidential duties.
The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin, of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war.
So maybe it's around World War II that the real-world events start to separate into the game's fictional events. Or maybe I'm not reading into this correctly, I don't know yet.
The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago.
I like how this part is also in the same filter, even though it happened like a week ago, as opposed to the other scenes, which I'm pretty sure would have happened in the much more distant past.
I don't think it matters that much, but it is a good observation.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected.
Hey Barack, just out of curiosity, how long has it been since you even touched the controller?
I think it's been 10 or 15 minutes by now, and that was just to heal Snake after his fall. It's been way longer since I've properly controlled him in the jungle.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I doubt you'll be doing much more, if any, gameplay by the end of the video today.
Any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
Hey, comment section people, just to get some input, do you all think the amount of pauses for the cutscenes and the 5 of us making commentary has been working out so far? We don't want to talk over important dialogue, but also don't want there to be too much without any input from the group.
I've said it once and I'll say it again, our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government.
So he's asking to prove a negative? Not exactly a great strategy in debates since I have been involved in many over the years. I suppose the aircraft being there makes sense to be suspicious, but still, that's not in itself proof, so that's rather difficult to prove.
You must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin.
Yeah, they were working together on that bridge, so it's safe to say they're pretty close. I hope we get back to the gameplay soon and see past that one building from a while ago.
If it helps, I don't think the videos coming up are going to be quite as long. Or at least I am really hoping they aren't, because if they are, then this is going to be a long playthrough.
1 week, and if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Well, then there's probably going to be some sort of major war, or the Shagohod would be used against the United States, but I'm not sure since I'm still getting used to the fictional and real world mix in this story.
That's been throwing me off since the other games were generally contained to their own locations and made up history, but this one is more reminiscent of actual events, so it's harder to discern, so that's going to take some getting used to.
Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right.
Seems I was partially right, and now there's the motivation on why exactly Snake should go back now, even if it's difficult to kill his former mentor.
You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
We're outside of that filter. I thought the whole game was going to be like that for a while.
Hey, I can look around here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very interesting, Barack. But yes, I was so used to that filter, I didn't even register it being there after a few minutes.
A couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks.
I'm sure what he's saying about some guy in the ranks being helpful is good and all, but what's this thing doing in the air?
Apparently a halo jump is too risky due to security concerns, so the next best option is what looks like a small rocket with a person in it, which on face value doesn't look less obvious by comparison.
Control, unidentified aircraft detected, altitude 30,000 feet.
All right, guys, does anybody else think there's going to be a radio call as soon as he lands just to finish things off for the day?
We've played these games enough to know that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I even asked. It's fine, though. There's only a couple minutes left that we'll be playing for today, so it's not like much would be happening, even if there wasn't one.
I don't really understand how that was meant to be a more conspicuous way of getting down compared to the first way he did it, but as long as he gets there intact, then that's what really matters. right now that I see it wasn't obvious there was a person in there to an outsider and that it let him go much closer to the ground. That makes more sense.
Plus, that was a really cool landing pose he did there. I can't imagine that would be easy to do with his injuries that happened a week ago.
He's getting the radio out. I was right, like I very often am about things.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time.
Isn't it just to fight the boss, prove innocence to the country, save that Sokolov guy, and get rid of the Shagohod? I think those were already mentioned.
Yeah, that sounds about right so far.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request?
I noticed over the past few parts, mostly with Snake, someone will say a few things and then he will repeat the last part mentioned as a question. Not really a criticism, but it's sort of hard not to notice it when you're hearing certain dialogue get repeated.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Okay, yeah, now that you bring it up, it is hard not to notice.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I think it would be really funny if a guard just caught Snake where he landed since he was too busy listening to the movie summary instead of finding a good hiding place.
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
That Major Tom thing was probably a reference to the David Bowie song, but I don't think it came out in the game's world for another few years. Unless, of course, technology and song releases advanced earlier in this world, too.
Is this her last chance, too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96.
I'm always going to be amused at the little things like what the characters in game must think of the concept of saving when that's only something for the player's benefit. I'll probably keep mentioning it as I see more of those examples, but it is something I like noticing.
It's just something we have to acknowledge is different compared to other games we've played where those things aren't mentioned. I don't care to bring it up most times, but yeah, it is weird to see.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lule Lo."
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
Hold up, wasn't that La Li Lu Lu Lo thing in the previous game? Kind of a weird place to bring that up here of all times.
I don't think you said all of that right, but yeah, that sounds familiar.
All right, guys, I think we can be done for the day since we've been playing for quite a while by now.
That is a good idea. We appreciate the viewers watching as always.
I might even actually play the game a little longer compared to today, but if not, that is okay too.
I'm sure you all know what to do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And peace out, people.